Hi everybody, welcome to the trending stream here on the World Wide Web. Please subscribe if you haven't, and click and hit that bell so you're notified when I come out with a brand new video. On this channel, what I do is talk about the top trending topics, the news, and I try to keep you in the know. And this is a new format that I'm going to create. I've talked about it before, but what I want to do is I want to cover some of the news live, or the news that's going on, especially with NBC. They love to promote agendas and things. And so what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk about, or I'm going to basically give you my reaction on the news formats that they are doing. And then I'm going to give you my commentary. My commentary is basically, hey, the system, the media, the news is basically an institution of power, social control. Basically, they tell you how to think or whatever, and I'm just going to give you my commentary. I'm going to give you a perspective you won't find anywhere else on the World Wide Web, because honestly, I can say that because it's me. I'm a different person. Just like if you said certain things, that's your take on it, and that's, your personal opinions. That's all I'm going to do, and then what I will hope that you'll like this type of show is basically a reaction show about the news, right? The broadcast that they're doing, like nightly news, full broadcast. And we're going to get into it, and we're going to hit those hot topics. But again, at the end of the day, everything that you consume is basically an illusion of choice, because it's all connected. It's all set up. Radio, news, magazines, TV, movies. It's all part of the game for social engineering and basically manipulation. And so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to give you, again, this commentary. And, again, just more options, because, again, they control the system. And I'm going to try to insert some of what I can say here. And I hope you guys will enjoy it. All right, so here we go. We're going to talk about the NBC nightly news. That's the one I kind of watch. Again, they push a lot of systems, so that's what it is. So here we go. Let's do it. Hopefully you like this new format here on the trending stream. And I will be doing other videos, connecting dots with other hot topics. Don't worry. I'm not going to really change that format as well. And I'll also insert it into this one. So let's get to it. Quick introduction, how this thing's going down. So let's go. We're going to start it off. And this is the first time I'm watching this. So everything, it's a reaction video. You're going to hear my voice, my commentary. If I don't like something, I'm going to pause the video and I'm going to give you my take on it. Let's go.
Tonight, the historic flooding emergency as the Dallas area gets half a year's worth of rain in a single day. The once-in-a-thousand-year event, more than a foot of heavy rain.
Again, a 1 in 1,000. And, they always start the music with dramatic, right? 1 in 1,000? There's been floods everywhere, but okay, yeah, especially in that area, maybe, maybe it's never hit this thing. And this is the first time I'm seeing this. That's terrible. May God bless them. Again, historic flood emergency. Man, look at this. These cars are basically ruined, guys. Very, very sad. But anyway, they have to be dramatic. Is this part of the global warming thing now that they push, right? I believe there's, they have trails in the skies, they weather modifications, geoengineering, look that up. But yeah, let's continue on.
In a matter of hours, highways submerged, cars underwater, and drivers trapped. Dozens of high water rescues. In the west, the search for a hiker washed away by flash floods, and where the threat is headed next. Also tonight, former President Donald Trump filing a lawsuit over the FBI search at his Mar-a-Lago home, what he wants to block the DOJ from doing. Dr. Anthony Fauci, the public face of the government's COVID response, making a major announcement about his next chapter.
He's back. Again, it's always, they're always pushing that narrative. Remember again, guys, that this is the narrative, right? This is the narrative, what they want you to believe, right? It's that fear factor. They start off the music, all these things. Let's continue on.
Car bomb that killed the daughter of a top Putin ally who Russia now alleges is behind it. The eye-opening video, officers caught on camera beating a man pinned to the ground. The action now being taken against them. The tragic discovery in the search for a 16-year-old California girl who went missing after a party. What investigators revealed today. Just as millions of kids head back to school, universal free lunches are coming to an end. How families are scrambling to cover the cost. And the swimmer defying the odds and inspiring America.
This is NBC Nightly News with Lester Holt.
Good evening, everyone. When it rains, it pours, but rarely like this. Tonight, an unraveling emergency continues to unfold across swaths of the Southwest as severe flooding leaves several areas underwater or caked in mud. In Texas, Arizona, and New Mexico, fast-rising floodwaters triggered some harrowing rescues and shut down major thoroughfares. Dallas coming off its second longest dry spell ever, 67 straight days without rain, only to now be facing what weather experts say is a 1,000-year flood east of Dallas.
So again, this is a place, a lot of these places have droughts. All of a sudden we get this major flooding, which is pretty weird and odd. But again, guys, all you have to do is look up geoengineering. I'll help you guys do it. Geoengineering. And, you know, they can control certain parts of the weather. Geoengineering is the deliberate large scale of intervention, the Earth's natural systems, and, you know, to basically climate change, to control the weather. That's nothing new. I guess Dubai has even admitted to doing this in other countries themselves. Dubai geoengineering, where they're basically making it to rain in the desert and all of this stuff here. Dubai, small-scale geoengineering, rain-making mountains. It's so hot Dubai that the government is artificially creating weather, right? It's so hot, the government now is artificially creating rainstorms, guys. This is nothing new. Okay, guys, I've talked about this, but because I'll say a word maybe like chemtrail or geoengineering, my channel now will get in trouble, right? Why isn't the news talking about, well, wait a minute, what is going on with this rain all of a sudden coming like this? I've talked about how hurricanes and all this stuff has happened as well. Everything happens for a reason. Don't let these people play like, oh, this just came about. Now we're seeing historical floods and these hurricanes, right? Like Katrina and all these things, you know, go into Texas. It's all part of geoengineering. But let's listen in. Again, I haven't heard the report of this. Will they say geoengineering? Probably not. But if they do, if they say anything, I'll let you know. Let's continue on watching this. It's very interesting and very sad because so many people now are, you know, dude, they're going to lose their cars. You can't, you know, those cars you can't resell certain times. They're just ruined. House flooding, mold, people drowning. It's just jacked up. Let's continue on.
Totals approaching 15 inches. Downtown Dallas, more than 12 and a half. At DFW Airport, 7.8 inches of rain falling in just 3 hours. Now, even as the weather system moves eastward, rain is still in the forecast for some hard-hit areas. Miguel Almaguer has a look at what they're facing.
The record rainfall in cities like Dallas triggered hundreds of emergency rescues across the region. Before sunrise, commuters were swimming from their cars to reach higher ground. Firefighters pulling drivers to safety as a wave of murky floodwater washed over roads like Interstate 30.
How scared was I? Baby, I'm gonna drag in this car. I had to kick this door up just to get out the car.
The Herald.
So 30, again, they love 30, 31, 32, 33, the 30s. Again, with the inner circle people, they love those numbers or whatever.
Rescues came as fast as the water did. Just outside Dallas, more than 13 inches of rain in 12 hours.
I told the people that were in the middle of that house because that was really, really deep.
The 1 in 1,000 year rain event snapping the city's...
Oh, let's go back here. 1 in 1,000. Again, duality numbers. Showing you here 1 in 111. Right? They love those type of numbers there. Multiple numbers. 1 in 1,000. Also, this looks like a 1, 1, 2, 3. Remember what I told you? The 3s, 30. And then they have this. Would be 33. But, you know, again, they give cryptic codes to the inner circle of these people that are, you go, oh, who's controlling them? You got to look at other videos. There's certain things I can say and I can't say. All I'm doing is connecting some dots here. This is why I'm doing this show. Hopefully, because now all I'm doing is commentary on the news that, you know, I can get some traction on my channel because, brothers and sisters, to be honest, my videos are stifled. I started getting good numbers, and notice how the numbers start dipping. As soon as I start gaining traction, my numbers start dipping. Why? And I know the game, right? And so now I'm dealing with, again, the nightly news, which I will copy this. Nightly news, August 22. And I should be near them to get some tractions to give you an alternative commentary that they're not giving out. Again, guys, but this is how the game is played. So this is why I'm just decided to do this. A new style of the trending stream. Covering their top trending topics and giving you my commentary. Again, I thank you for watching. Let's continue on. And again, everything here is very sad. What's happening?
Year rain event snapping the city's second longest dry streak with almost half a year's average rainfall in just hours.
We couldn't stop it. We put towels down, barriers, and it just overtook our entire living room.
From drought to deluge, tonight the Southwest is facing a wave of problems after too much water too fast. Amid scenes like these in New Mexico, rapid rainfall also washed out a road leading to Carlsbad Caverns.
Wow, look at it go across the road, man.
Some 200 visitors were trapped there over the weekend.
They're gonna put them all in the back of the truck.
After children were rescued from a school bus in Arizona, today the city of Duncan is facing mass evacuations. Over the border in Utah, where this was the scene at Zion National Park, the search is underway for Gental Agniatri, who was washed...
Real quick, too. Now, again, notice here you see the double crosses. I've talked about this. Double cross, especially the upside down cross, the anti-dark thing. Again, they always show that. It's all part of the game. Manipulation. Now, they said Zion. Zion is Zionist, whatever. You do the math there. Again, I have to be careful what I say and how I say it. But there was Gabby who disappeared where? Last year around this time. The girl that disappeared in Zion. Okay? Again, connecting some dots. And there's another, in the beginning of the show, they talked about a girl in California that disappeared. A nice, cute little blonde girl. Again, all in the same time period when Gabby Petito disappeared, guys. There's always these circles, right? How they're playing the game. And we'll talk about that more in this broadcast as well.
With this hiker before he was miraculously rescued.
I was doing everything I could to just, rip him out. Thank God there was a couple other people there to kind of grab me that came after him.
But for now, there remains no sign of the 29-year-old.
I pray they find her.
But after 3 days, we are hopeful that we're going to find her.
Yes.
That's the hope. We still have it in us. So
tonight, record rain across the Southwest, and now the heartbreak and misery to match it.
Miguel, these pictures are absolutely stunning. What connection to climate change might they have?
There you go. Wait, whoa. Climate change. And this is what Biden, the Build Back Better program, the carbon taxing. Again, I talked about in yesterday's show how they have all this, these hypocrites, these elite here. If you missed my show on Gary Busey Goes Crazy, right? Here we go. Here, let me pause this here. And I went and talked about
this is the system.
The system again. Here again, just reporting on news. That's all I'm doing. These aren't conspiracies because now I said certain things. Again, geoengineering, that's a fact. again, hypocrites in Hollywood, Steven Spielberg, and say Whoopi Goldberg, and all these frauds, right? They have their jet planes, they fly around. Here's the video talking about all the hypocrites. And again, at the end of the day, there will be a carbon tax. They're going to get rid of gas-powered, cars. They want to get rid of all this stuff, and we're going to have to pay all that. They're going to get rid of gas. You're going to have to fit in your house to do these new ways. It's just, again, more and more enslavement, more taxes, and more making more people poor. But again, what about the elites that they're part of it, but they fly their jets? Floyd Mayweather, Taylor Swift, Alex Rod, A-Rod, whatever. I talked about this. And so this is why we're seeing this big time in the news. But why haven't they said, wait a minute, what's going on in, with geoengineering? We now know that Dubai, we now know that multiple places and NASA and all these things have admitted to causing big time rain in whatever. But no, they won't say that, but because it doesn't fit the narrative. And this is why now I'm doing these breakdowns of these videos, because again, it's about their control, their narrative. That's all it is. And it is what it is, right? Also real quick, another reason I'm going to start watching these videos is because they're monetized, right? NBC Nightly News is monetized. So, okay, they're monetized. I'm going to be doing reaction videos, and then my videos should be monetized, right? Because I'm just talking about what they're talking about and giving commentary, and I'm putting in a little more of, again, factual things. Geoengineering is real. Another thing, guys, don't believe the hype. Yes, there's floods, but a lot of these floods, they always show you the worst parts of the flood, okay? So that's another thing. I've covered the videos where the news reporter, in these big things, they're just standing in the highest part. Then they walk and it's perfectly fine. This is the illusion that they're giving. And this is the big push again for whatever they want. They're talking about climate change. Again, everything, you be the judge. Hey, I'm giving you my commentary. You don't like what I'm saying? Go ahead. This is what I'm doing now. I'm breaking down the news and giving you my commentary. Let me know what you think, guys. But when you do the research and you see the narrative, and we already know that it's controlled and contrived by this inner circle that has no care about you, so they want to destroy the middle class, you gotta do the math, if you know what I mean. You always follow the money trail. Let's keep on going.
Certainly have all the hallmarks of climate change. As we have hotter days, the atmosphere can hold more water, making these monster storms a more common reality. It's a tale of dangerous extremes.
So if that's real, then where's the big floods everywhere else? Again, another lie. Oh, it's this climate change and the heat, and that means it can hold more water. Well, heck, it's been a heat wave for the last couple months, last month or so, all over Tennessee, breaking records, all these things. Where is the big water flood? Come on, man, come on. Y'all believe in this? What about the desert? The desert has heat. In the Mojave Desert or Death Valley, where's the water there? Again, more BS. I call them out. Let us continue on.
Drought and flooding during the same season. Lester.
Miguel Almaguer tonight, thank you. And those storms are still on the move this evening.
There you go. The guy did Duper's Delight. Again, whenever someone's trying to be serious, right, they say seriousness, and then they smile.
Dangerous extremes. Drought and flooding during the same season. Lester.
Miguel Almaguer.
Look at that smile, like laughing, like, are they buying this garbage? Guys, I'm telling you, this is why now this channel needs to be, again, brothers and sisters, please share these videos. If you know somebody who watches the nightly NBC News or news, give them this. This is where they're going to really, again, figure something out. I hope anyway, but don't buy into these. Well, okay, let's continue on.
Thank you. And those storms are still on the move this evening. Meteorologist Dylan Dreyer is tracking it for us. What's it look like?
Well, we are going to get a
Dylan Dreyer, dry weather, rain weather, right? Another fake name. Whatever. Here you go again. They gotta have Waco there. Waco, we knew what the system did to those people, attacked them, all that stuff. All right, let's continue.
Dallas, but keep in mind, all of that water is still soaking into the ground, and it's kind of a clay type of ground, so that doesn't absorb the water that quickly. So we do still have flash flood warnings in effect, but this whole general area has the flash flood watches. Most of the heavier rain moving into eastern Texas, northern Louisiana. This is a very slow-moving storm, so tomorrow, northern Louisiana especially, and Mississippi will see most of the flooding rains. Again, we could see about rainfall rates of about 2.5 to 3 inches per hour. Even going into Wednesday, the rain is slowly going to move eastward, and we can see an additional 4 to 6 inches of rain, especially through the Gulf Coast areas in Louisiana and Mississippi, Lester.
All right, Dylan.
Okay, guys, and with this as well, they have talked about, again, climate change and all the coastal cities like Florida, Carolinas, New York, all this. They're making these. They're setting all this stuff up. Just to let you know, again, geoengineering, maybe, again, just throwing that out there. Let's continue on. And yeah, we're going into hurricane season as well.
Thank you. Let's turn now to fallout following the FBI search at Mar-a-Lago.
The FIST, this is an elite system here. Again, Trump is doing an elite gesture. We've seen this through many. I talked about it. This is actually Egyptians in the inner circles. They have used this. That's why you see BLM, Black Lives Matter, Panthers, all this stuff. They're showing that, again, this is all part of the system here. Now there's a lawsuit.
President Trump filing a lawsuit to block the review of materials from what he calls an unnecessary and unwarranted raid until a special watchdog is appointed. Kelly O'Donnell reports.
After 2 weeks of Trump-style message bluster outside of court, tonight this 27-page motion is his first legal action pushing back against the unprecedented search of his Mar-a-Lago home. The former president is requesting what's known as a special master to review the seized documents. The filing reveals new details about the investigation. On May 11th, a grand jury subpoena sought classified...
Number, again, guys, what I tell you about 11. 11, again, is a powerful number. Remember, 9, 11, dualistic numbers. Again, they're showing themselves in again, it's a language through signs, symbols, numerology. So when you're one of these elite, they're giving signals to each other in these broadcasts. And it doesn't matter if it's NBC, ABC, whatever. They're telling, hey, this is us. This is all part of the plan. What is the plan? Is what they call the Great Works. What is the Great Works? A one world system, which they have talked about openly, which is called New World Order. The New World Order, where everybody will be locked into the system, a slave to the system, in the Antichrist system, right? That's just the reality. So this is what they want, a one world system, socialistic system, everybody with a chip in their back of their hand, all these things. And this is why we're going into recessions and so forth and so on. Of course, the wars, you're going to hear more about the wars. Again, showing you these numbers are very important. I showed you the last one, right? Now we have it here again. Let's continue on.
Documents at the Trump office. Later, Mr. Trump personally granting access to DOJ officials. But on August 8th, when Mr. Trump's lawyer was notified about the FBI search of Mar-a-Lago, a heated discussion ensued. The Trump filing reveals an extraordinary phone call from an unnamed Trump lawyer to the Justice Department on August 11th to deliver this message. President Trump wants the Attorney General to know that he has been hearing from people all over the country. The heat is building up. The pressure is building up. Earlier today, a federal magistrate in Florida suggested he may not unseal many of the details from the search warrant, as the DOJ requested to protect witnesses and the investigation, while the former president says he wants it all made public. Lester?
Kelly O'Donnell, thank you. A major announcement today from Dr. Anthony Fauci. After 38 years as director of the National Institute of Allergy and Infectious Diseases, Fauci says he's leaving that position.
Thank God. This guy, to me, is a monster, a demon. I've talked about him before. I have to be careful what I say. This actually is the best news I'm hearing in this whole broadcast. Dr. Tony Baloney Fauci, liar, manipulator. Thank God we don't have to see. This is why he's also disappeared and all these things, because he's been called out time and time again with connections to so many things. Again, I'm not going to say here, you can do your research on Tony Baloney, Anthony Fauci. Yeah, we got to wear this. The guy is the biggest fraud. He told everybody, you got to wear the mask. Then he was seen not wearing mask in public. He's a hypocrite just like all of the others. He's connected to many of, the jab that they put in there. He's making boatloads of money. He's connected to so many things. I'm not going to say it in this video. I'm just covering it, but this guy's a monster, a demon. Thank God he's stepping down. And the reason why he's also probably stepping down is because he's not effective. People seen through his stuff. Again, he's hired by the system. Again, you're not going to be on every news broadcast, especially when the shutdowns and all these things. He was appointed by the system to do that, and he's not doing the job. He's an actor, a hacker. So once that happens, they fire him. And so this is where we're at here. And he's stepping down. No, they're probably letting him go. He's thank goodness. Let's go.
His role as President Biden's top medical advisor in December. The 81-year-old has advised 7 presidents, most recently on the COVID crisis. In Russia, authorities are accusing Ukraine's Secret Service of killing the daughter of a top Putin ally with a car bomb. But Ukraine is denying responsibility as the war there nears the 6-month mark. Megan Fitzgerald is in Kyiv tonight.
Tonight, Russia's top intelligence agency now blaming Ukrainian spies for the fiery car bomb explosion near Moscow that killed the daughter of a close Putin ally, Alexander Dugin. This video appears to show him upset at the scene. His 29-year-old daughter, Daria, was in the car when the explosive went off. Dugin, an ultra-nationalist writer who some in the West call Putin's brain, is an outspoken supporter of Russia's invasion and is also blaming Ukraine. President Putin called the death a vile, cruel crime in a letter to the Dugin family. Russian intelligence now claiming a Ukrainian spy shadowed Daria Dugina for weeks, planted the bomb, then fled the country, an accusation Ukraine strongly denies.
Okay, what I see here, guys, these people take out their own people for more, whatever. Yeah, could there have been a Ukraine? I'm not believing anything Russia says, right? That's how the game is played. They set things up to happen or whatever. Now, again, I could be wrong on that. That's just how I feel. I don't have all the intel. I don't know if there was a spy or whatever. But these people are all playing dirty. And again, it's just more for the wars, right? More to propel this. Let's continue on. And again, I don't like to see anybody die. So that,
But tonight, Ukrainians on edge, counting down to when...
Near 6-month mark. 6. Okay. Again, I always look at the numbers, right? That's how it is, right? But let's continue on. Again, and for me, I think this is all the play. Again, you have Zelensky, that's the president of Ukraine movie. He became president. He played it. He's an actor. He played the president, became it. He played Paddington Bear, the bear, Russia, all these things. It's all one and the same. Yeah.
A 6-month anniversary of the war.
There he is.
President Zelensky already warning a particularly nasty...
Actor, did, Vogue magazine covers, big money, all that. Particularly nasty. Of course, they're saying it's not true. Everything's not true, guys.
By Russia is a possibility. We spoke to a top Ukrainian lawmaker.
So do you feel as though an attack in Kyiv is imminent?
I must say the alert is high. We have to be very cautious that Putin has no logic in his actions. We can't count.
The logic is it's a setup job. For me, again, it is what it is. The logic is they could have attacked a long time ago. They're stringing it out. Okay, this is all set up. Remember, in World War II, you had the Rothschilds and the Rockefellers, the banking cartels, and they didn't attack Sweden, and there were certain places they couldn't attack because it wasn't set up that way. We live in a script. Guys, again, I know common sense isn't common, okay? All right? But if I was going to war, if I was Putin or whoever, and I wouldn't want to be Putin, I don't even like saying me connected to Putin, but if I was Putin or whatever, the first place I would attack is the capital and all these things. Are you kidding me? But they're only taking her on the edge because, again, it's just the long stretch and pooling it and giving more money, billions of dollars to Ukraine as Americans are homeless and all this stuff, right? All part of the game as well. Let's continue on here. This lawyer, right? This is who's controlling. A lot of the lawyers are controlling Washington, right? That's the whole game. They have their own codes and all this stuff. They let's just go on, guys.
What can be the next target?
Ahead of Ukraine's Independence Day on Wednesday, the government has banned mass gatherings here in Kyiv. While in the east, some residents there are being told to stay inside until Thursday morning. Lester?
All right, Megan Fitzgerald, thank you. There is growing fallout tonight in Arkansas after 3 law enforcement officers were caught on camera appearing to beat a man pinned to the ground during an arrest. Priscilla Thompson is there tonight, and a warning, the video is disturbing.
A violent arrest caught on camera.
This is bad.
That is very bad.
Viewed more than 1 million times, the video appears to show officers in Mulberry, Arkansas, punching and kicking a man in the head and body repeatedly during a Sunday morning arrest, at one point slamming his head into the ground several times. The man seen pinned down here, 27-year-old Randall Worcester. Released on bond, he walked out of the county jail today. What would you like to see happen to the officers? The officers, Crawford County Sheriff Deputies Zach King and Levi White, and Mulberry Police Officer Thel Riddle, have all been suspended or placed on leave, pending a state investigation prompted by the viral video. None of the officers involved responded to NBC's request for comment.
What that response was not consistent with the training that they received.
Police say they had been searching for Worcester all morning after he allegedly made terroristic threats in a nearby town and spit on a store clerk.
All right, guys. So, again, I'm not defending this guy, just giving you my commentary, what it is. Again, they show you these pictures, and again, we live now in a world, if you, whatever, terrorist, that's the word they always use in all these things. I don't know this cat. I don't want to know him. I don't care. But this is showing you, again, if you go or whatever against whatever the narrative is, this is the beatdown, right? Bottom line. They show you this stuff. Oh, wow, these cops should get it and all this stuff. But at the end of the day, this is how the game is played. I'll get his name and I'll see what this guy's about. Randall Warshizer, whatever. Randall here, hold on. Let me see if I can do that real quick. What was his beliefs, right? Randall Warsh, I don't know. War was his what the Warshire? What the heck? ORC. This weird name. Oh, Randall Warsh. Hold on here, guys. Sorry. I don't know. I know I spelled it wrong, but I'm sure. Randall Police. I'll just put the police there. Arkansas, right here it is. Arkansas officers now are suspended for the beatdown. Okay, who is this guy here? So we're just going to go here. Randall Warshire, whatever his name is. Boom. Again, nothing on him. Facebook, maybe. It said there was a Facebook. Bing, 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 ding, 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 ding. Yeah, of course I don't know anything. Let's see Daily Mail here. Do they have anything on this cat? Yeah, I don't see anything here, but whatever. Want to see. I'll probably do another video and talk about it. Let's see here. 27 Goose Creek, South Carolina. Randall, Mulberry, Arkansas. 3 Arkansas law enforcement officers have been suspended in the state. Okay, I'm just trying to find out what this guy was all about. And yeah, yeah, of course, no one's saying nothing about it here. Let's see here. Violent arrest. Okay, 3 officers issued Sunday. Deputies, blah, blah, blah. The police statement said the officer, whatever. Worcester has been charged with second-degree battery, resisting arrest, refusal to submit, possessing instrument of crime. What is that? Criminal trespassing. So again, the guy was, you know, thinking of spitting on people, whatever, you know, all this stuff. But again, I believe those are statements that they're trying to make. But anyway, the guy's just
on a store
an
clerk.
idiot, but
He's
whatever.
now facing more than half a dozen charges, including battery, assault, and resisting arrest.
Spitting on an individual went to someone being beaten with what looked like an inch of their life.
Worcester's attorney saying he was in part left with abrasions to his face and scrapes on his knees. It's unclear what happened before the 30-second clip was recorded.
The dash cam does bring to light other things that did happen there, that initiated, that wasn't caught on the citizens' camera.
The Arkansas State Police are leading the investigation into the officer's actions. The governor says the FBI and DOJ are now also investigating. Lester?
Priscilla Thompson, thanks. A sad update tonight on the search for 16-year-old Kylie
So that
Rodney.
was that. The guy will probably settle out of court. He'll probably make a lot of money. You know, that's how these things always end up. The police will probably get away with it, whatever. But they put out that statement, you know. That's, to me, what's going to happen with that case. Now, this is the case with the missing girl. Again, the Gabby, cute little blonde girl, gone. And who knows what happened to her. Let's listen to this.
Officials say remains found in a submerged car discovered by a group of divers we've previously profiled are likely hers. Steve Patterson tells us more.
Tonight, after thousands of man-hours, hundreds of tips, and more than a dozen agencies scouring for any trace of missing teen Kylie Rodney, one tragic discovery from a volunteer scuba group.
We believe it is our missing person. We have not been able to positively identify, but it's more than likely.
Private dive team Adventures with Purpose discovered the 16-year-old's SUV overturned in a lake on Sunday in just 14 feet of water, 55 feet offshore, near the campground where she was last seen.
The vehicle didn't stand out like a sore thumb.
55, 55, again, double numbers real quick, 14. I just always look at the numbers.
55 feet offshore, near the campground where she was last seen.
Oh, triple number, 14, 1 and 4 is 5, 5, 5, 5. Right? Okay, whatever. Guys, I'm sorry. Like, well, what's up with the numbers? Well, hey. Again, now Adventures with Purpose. Who are these cats?
It didn't stand out like a sore thumb. I had to make several passes over it to kind of verify what I was seeing.
Rodney's father was at the lake when the car and body were discovered.
That's not a moment that is easy. They have a 16-year-old daughter that's never coming home again.
The 16-year-old disappeared from a party with hundreds of other kids at a Lake Tahoe area campground in the early hours of August 6th. Over the last 2 weeks, authorities pressing the teenage partygoers to come forward with any information.
The FBI has offered up assistance and are going to be helping to conduct investigation regarding the vehicle itself.
Her disappearance triggering a massive search.
We're so scared and we miss her so much and we love her so much.
It's sad.
Desperate for answers, Kylie's extended family reached out to the volunteer scuba sleuth.
The sonar equipment is basically the main tool that we use to locate vehicles underwater, and that's what we used to locate Kylie's vehicle.
A haunting discovery.
Whoa, look at this cat here. Again, look at his hands. Pyramid up, pyramid down, guys. Very interesting. Search team, okay.
Kylie's vehicle.
A haunting discovery with the hope of bringing closure to a family in pain. Steve Patterson, NBC News.
How did she end up there? Look at it. It's like a pyramid over here. But how did she end up there? Was she drinking? What went in there? Very strange.
60 seconds, the hate-filled messages spread all over one community and showing up in more places in the U.S. Who's behind them? And the scramble to keep students from going hungry after Congress cuts off key funding.
The Congress, huh?
The messages are disturbing. Flyers with words of hate.
So here, it says here, guys, Temple Beth, again, you got this Bible church, right? I don't know what that says here. Look at here, the Knights of Templar with the United States, right? This is here. Okay, this is their stuff here. Okay, Bible Church, right? So I guess this is what we're looking at down here. We have 2667797. Again, triple sevens here, but you have the sixes and then the 9. Reverse would be 666. Pretty interesting here. And again, the Knights of Templar. But now there's a hate-filled message. But this, okay. Again, just throwing that out there. Let's continue on.
Across a Jersey Shore community. And as Andrea Mitchell reports, it comes as anti-Semitic incidents are on the rise nationwide.
Residents of the small beach town of Brigantine, New Jersey woke up Sunday morning to messages of hate on their doorsteps.
I woke up that morning to several text messages, emails, and phone calls. People were very, very disturbed. I can tell you the community is very outraged about this.
Anti-Semitic flyers from a group called the Goyim Defense League blaming COVID, abortion, inflation, and more on Jewish officials in the Biden administration and media companies led by Jewish owners or executives. Law enforcement can't do anything. It's freedom of speech. In recent weeks, similar flyers were found in New York, North Carolina, Virginia, Colorado, California, and Florida, among other states.
And this year alone, this group, the GDL, has more than tripled the number of propaganda acts targeting Jews.
The Anti-Defamation League tracked more than 2,500 anti-Semitic incidents in the U.S. in 2021.
Yeah, that's not cool. That's not cool. And these people are ignorant. It is the system. Why don't they go after the inner circles that we know that are whatever, or the system that is corrupt, right? This is just, again, more of the divide and conquer, all this whatever. I got to be careful what I say here, right? There's certain things that I wish I could talk. It is what it is. But this is, again, distractions, right? We know, well, let's just listen and I'll give you a little bit more of the commentary in a second.
The highest number since they began tracking 43 years ago. That includes more than 1,700 incidents.
Again, guys, I want you to always pay attention. Why are there always double numbers, triple numbers, right? This is because they believe double numbers give energy. There's energy to them. All right. That's why we're always seeing these double numbers. Pretty much in almost every segment, I've noticed and told you and showed you these double numbers. Come on, man. I can see once in a while, okay, 7 or 11 here. No, it's just constant. Let's go on.
Harassment. About 850 incidents of vandalism and 88 of assault.
Again, here you go. 8. Now, 8 is an infinity number, multiple numbers again. Why could that be 86, 82? But even then, they have the 8 over here. 5 plus 3, 8. 8. Guys, it's just, once you know the signs, symbols, they speak through a language. Let's continue.
The goal is to terrorize Jews and the people around them.
Far-right candidates are coming under scrutiny for associating with hate groups, including Doug Mastriano, the Republican nominee for governor in Pennsylvania. He regularly posted on a social media site known for anti-Semitism and paid the site consulting fees until criticized in the media. And Carrie Lake, Arizona's Republican nominee for governor, under pressure today, rescinding her endorsement of an Oklahoma State Senate candidate who's used homophobic and anti-Semitic language. All of this with the high-stakes midterm elections less than 3 months away. Lester.
Andrea Mitchell, thank
you. Again, they're
next.
going after, the right, whatever they call it. You see, they're the ones that are doing this. They're the ones that are making, come on, man. Again, you're seeing how the game is being played, man. Just like in Russia, I believe that was from the inside. Whatever, you let me know down below what you think about those stories.
Troubling report on how the end of a pandemic-era program could leave some kids without lunch in schools.
Now, this is upsetting because, my parents were poor. We didn't have a lot of money. I would go to school, get the free lunches, everything. It helped out the moms, dads, right? Me, whatever. And this is sad. We could give billions and billions and billions and billions of dollars to Ukraine, but we can't feed our children, Just recently, there's a report again. I don't want to get into immigration, all this, but now the person, the legislation in Texas is shipping people to New York, and these immigrants, right? And they're getting free health care, they're getting money, they're staying at $400 hotels, but we can't afford to give a kid a GMO food. Well, I don't want to say GMO, but a sandwich for these poor kids. It's sad. It's sad. Let's listen in.
As students head back to the classroom, there's new concern.
Notice here the color again. Notice the color that they gave you again. Everything is cryptic. Everything that is being placed on purpose, brothers and sisters. That is how it is played. This is pretty wild. I mean, I'm kind of glad of doing these videos because I'm really diving deep how the game is played. Again, yellow, blue, right? Yellow, blue. You see it come up here. Watch this. Again, I feed hungry. Hundreds of hungry students.
Some kids
watch this real quick.
In schools.
Notice how it pops up. Boom. That was the Ukrainian colors, the flags, right? Saying, hey, we can help the elite, and that money's being gone anyway. The billions of dollars that was given to Ukraine is gone by the elite as well. It was a fleecing, right? And then they're showing their yellow and blue saying, look, but we're starving your kids. And notice again, the triple numbers, 444. Guys, it's there. Let's go on.
Back to the classroom. There's new concern from parents about the public schools in their communities. Brand new NBC News polling finds just 37% of parents say they feel pretty confident in their school's ability to help students catch up with learning loss due to COVID. Even fewer say they feel very confident about schools having enough teachers and staff available to meet the needs of students. And just 30% say they are pretty confident in active shooter preparations. For the first time in 2
let's
years,
look at the numbers, numerology.
Active shooter.
Oh my gosh, if you guys can't see this, okay. They had the double number. So they had 30 and then they had let's go back here. So 25, right? So, okay. So you got
available
that.
To meet the needs of students. And just 30% say they are pretty confident in active shooter preparations. For the first time in 2 years, breakfast and lunch won't be covered for everyone now that a federal pandemic-era program has ended, leaving schools and families scrambling to cover the costs. Emily Ikeda explains.
In front of you?
Yes. Single mom Jamie Bunges has relied on free or reduced price lunches for her 4th grade son since he was in kindergarten. What does that extra money mean to you?
Savings. I can put it towards groceries. I can put it in my gas tank.
She says paying for his lunch would cost her more than $1,000 a year.
I added it up and it was like $118 a month. And you do that times 9, it's over $1,000 a year. So to me, it was like, oh my gosh, because I also have to, buy groceries.
It's a lot of money for families already tight on cash, especially those impacted by the end of the federal free school lunch for all program, a pandemic era initiative that's now expired. When you
red and blue again, as above, blue as below, red, all there.
Pandemic era initiative that's now expired.
When you heard that program was ending, what was your reaction?
I was stressed, very stressed.
More than 26 million free meals were served every day because of the program. Now families must apply for meal coverage, and only those meeting certain income requirements will receive the free lunches. Nationwide, around 1 in 6 students don't always know where their next meal is coming from. Here in the Greeley-Evans School District, food insecurity is even more severe. 65% of students qualify for free or reduced price lunches. But in this Denver suburb, they're doing something different. The school board has decided to allocate $2 million so every one of the 23,000 students in the district can still eat for free. Danielle Bach is the head of nutrition.
A lot of our families are just over the threshold of what qualifies them for the free and reduced meal program. So we know that those families don't necessarily have the money to pay.
6 districts, six. And then what's going on here?
For those meals.
While some believe universal free lunch should be made permanent, critics say it was only intended to be a pandemic-era program.
By returning these programs back to normal, we can uphold our responsibility to taxpayers and the principle that aid should be targeted and temporary.
But Bach argues this year is far from normal, as staffing shortages, supply chain slowdowns, and inflation further complicate lunchtime nationwide.
Our goal is to teach kids how to learn and think, but they can't do that when they're hungry.
Back to school, bringing back challenges and feeding America's children. Emily Ikeda, NBC News, Greeley, Colorado.
Up next for us here tonight, Inspiring America.
So there you go, guys. Again, got to help the kids out. It is what it is, man. Just, again, just the fleecing, and they can give money everywhere, but our kids,
Paralyzed from the chest down, came back for the most challenging swim of his life.
And then they give you some uplifting things. So anyway, guys, there is my take on the nightly news on a full broadcast, August 22nd. I hope you guys enjoy this new style of coverage that I'm about to do. Again, just breaking it down, giving you my commentary, showing you some things that they're not talking about right, and just laying it down the way it should be, right? And you guys let me know at the end of the day. And I want to thank you guys so much for coming aboard here on the trending stream. It means a lot to me. I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. And that you guys just have a safe and blessed day. Let me know again what you're thinking of this new format. Because I usually will watch, especially NBC News, and I will watch other news just to see what's going on. I know I'm a little bit different. I'm a reporter. So I will be watching these things to say, okay, well, boom, I'm going to, this is a top hot topic. It's a trending topic. I'm going to cover that. Or, I'll go on the Daily Mail. That's my news of choice, and see what the world's talking about. And then I do the things like Meghan Markle. They're trying to make her a martyr. And, she's propelled to try to help and all of these things, right? It's just all part of it, It's just all part of the system. So anyway, just wanted to give you it. Let me know if you guys like it. I really want to hear your input down below. They want you to think of Ben Affleck, and he was tired of all this crap. It is what it is. So anyway, there you go. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. May you guys all have a blessed and safe day. Really appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you for dropping by. And I'll see ya in the next one. God bless, take care, and much, much love. And I got to throw in this disclaimer here again. Copyrights and all this stuff. This was just commentary, right? All there, just to educational purposes. And so that's there. Fair Use Copyright Act. Again, I know how the game is played. And yeah. But anyway, much, much love. Take care. God bless. See you in the next one. Bye-bye.